y'all ask questions about me, don't ask my family, especially in Memphis. Don't ask them nothing. I didn't grow up with them. I didn't grow up with them. I didn't even move to Memphis till I was about 21. My dad's side of the family here. It's my mother's side of the family. My mother stayed to herself. It's very rare she. So in the city, me and my mother is close. And they consider us like outcasts. That's why I am the way I am when it comes down to my mother. You know what I'm saying? Because she think different. Me and her think different. She got her reasons, I got mine. My dad's side of the family, they stay hours away from where I grew up at. So it was like a segment in my life where I grew up with them, but not necessarily. I didn't have much friends growing up. I might have maybe 1, 2, but other than that, female-wise, other than that, I had either relationships or I had OGs. I was never affiliated in no gang because they didn't play that shit about me. They did not play that shit about me. See, I had what you call them old school type OGs. They were brought up and taught by their OGs. So they, by 18, 19, they had already taught me the game. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't with all that whole bunch of niggas penetrating me or none of that shit. I wasn't with that shit either, but they didn't play about me. And they wasn't with that a nigga putting their hand on me. Oh, they wasn't with that. That's why I left as quick as I did. Because if they knew that was going on, this shit would have been ugly. They didn't play that shit about no me, Cherry, selling her body. Oh, they didn't play that shit. Hell no. Hell no. They didn't play that shit at all with me. That was never even in my mind. But if a man even came to me on some, I'll pay for this and you do. I had the type of OGs that made sure wasn't no nigga at my house in the middle of the night. You feel me? They made sure you ain't in no relationship with that person. Ain't no motherfucker coming to your house in the middle of the night. What? Fuck that. Ain't wasn't none of that shit going on. Drugs. Like hard drugs. Oh, ain't none of that shit going on. I'm like, little sis, so if they had niggas younger than them, they really would come through and tell them their stories about females, what they used to do with them. I didn't want to be like that story of females flattening tires and busting windows and shit like that, keying cars and shit like that. I was always taught to keep it player. Gonna win some, gonna lose some. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt more so of a reversal type of lifestyle where instead of me being a person putting a man through hell and high water, they did the shit to me because I always kept shit playing. They were like, man, no, she just gotta have a whole nother nigga somewhere. And they be like, they just don't know. Shit. You think while I'm in this city right here, you think I could just go out and just have random relationships and shit like that? Ain't none of that shit going on, whether it's in the area I stay in or whether it's in the city. I got motherfuckers in every area that like, nah, ain't none of that shit going on. Cause I'm little sis. They know I got a real good heart. And shit, they'd be the first to tell me, man, you dealt with some fucked up ass niggas, man. And they get mad at me, like, man, you know better. You know what I'm saying? You know better. In no fucking way. When this shit happened on my lip, right? I had 4 stitches on my lip. Brought a nigga that was from Memphis. I took him to my city, right? He got mad. He had the fools at the room at the time because we was coming in town to visit. He told some lie to his folks when he really was the aggressor, because I had yarn braids at the time. And he grabbed my hair, spit in my face. I spat it back in his face. You don't spit on my face. That shit so disrespectful. You don't want that shit done to you, don't do it. But anyway, man, he sucker punched me while I was driving. And I was bleeding. I went to the emergency room because he ran. They called the police. Of course, you know, that's protocol. Dude was so delusional. He called his folks and told them that I was leaving him stranded. I'm in the fucking emergency room getting my shit stitched the fuck up. 4 stitches. Get my shit stitched up. Trying to keep this shit from my daddy, everybody. Trying to keep this shit away. You know what I'm saying? And, because my daddy... Okay, so everybody know my daddy here, but yeah, I try to keep that, you know, away. But he told his family I was trying to leave him stranded here and all that type of stuff. No, I just I wasn't with doing all that shit he was trying to do. And because I know my OGs, like, they not finna play that shit. No, you ain't finna be bending over back for a little nigga to put you in no situation like that. Hell no. And they ain't looking out for you. Hey, you in some hot shit and they can't even protect you when some shit hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? And dude just proved it when he called his folks up with that. You know what I'm saying? So he ran the emergency room, called the police, because that's protocol, like I said. He ran to the mall. Man, the police had the whole mall surrounded. When that situation got there, like, because he never ended up getting locked up or anything, because I had to take his ass back home, right? Most females, they be like, man, I just would have left his ass. Man, look, ain't nothing I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? I went to my OG about it. He saw my lip and he was like, man, you better get this motherfucker out of town quick. We hung out with females like that because we didn't have the same kind of stories. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the same kind of stories. Man, I hung around dudes. They told me what they like, dislike about what females do. I hung around dudes that tell me, hey, you ain't gonna be doing no shit like that, or you have to suffer the consequences. Because, see, couldn't nobody else put their hand on me. But let me do some shit that, like, or even say, or even play around with shit like prostitution, or giving a man some cookie because he got some money, or, you know what I'm saying, on some shit like that. Hell no, that motherfucker had me by my motherfucking hair and dragged me. And I could be nowhere near nobody. Just the fact that I even said the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hang around with females who be having them. You know what I'm saying? We got different stories. It wasn't no, oh, I'm just a goody two shoes. No. It wasn't none of that shit going on. My story hit different because it is different. People be doing too much just to, oh, you know, what they had to do and this and that and the other, man. Listen, the last female fight I ever got into, I was in school. That's so long ago. Since then, they've been, because me defending myself for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I ain't perfect, but for the most part, defending myself. Certain things you gotta be aware of, man. You know what I'm saying? Real OGs gonna teach you morals and values. They gonna teach you morals and values. I don't know what the new OGs are doing, but the originals, they gonna teach you morals and values. They don't got time to be trying to gossip. These men gonna handle it. They gonna handle you before it become an issue. They ain't gonna be none of that old female doing this and talking about you. You're not finna bring that type of nonsense to him without him addressing you. And once you better have a real reason why you know what I'm saying. It ain't gonna be no, oh, I heard you. There ain't no gossiping with that person. No, ain't none of that shit going on. They gonna see about what the situation is so they can, squash that shit so they'll know how to defend you when you ain't present. You got females that think it's, oh, she thinks she all that because, she don't like, she talking about she don't like talking about such, and why she get up when we start talking about such, she must got, no. No. I'm not into that. This is nothing but OG shit. I'm not finna gossip with you about this. This how shit get popped off and you in the middle of some bullshit you ain't even asked for. No. The person can't defend themselves, man. I don't want to hear it. And somebody address me about something like that. Talking about if I ain't present, I'm like, you know what? I said the same thing when they was talking about you. Period. It ain't none of that. Oh, I'ma talk. No. Did he have something to say? Yeah, he did. Did I let him talk? Yeah, I let him talk. But at the end of that conversation, the same thing I said when the situation happened, I stood on it right then and there. Man, look, I said the same thing. You ain't present. I don't want to hear it. And it was 2-3 other people that was sitting right there when I said it. And guess what? One of them was there when I said it again to the actual person when they tried to address me. He didn't have nothing to say. You know why? Because he knew I said that. Real talk. I'm not with all that extra stuff people be on. I was wondering, well, you done said all this and all that. I'm surprised. You're not supposed to be. I'm surprised ain't nothing happened to it. Because everything I fucking said was true. I wasn't lying about shit. I was telling the truth. I was telling the God. Because let me tell you something. Ain't no way in hell. Listen, then think about it. Let's think logical here. Okay? Ain't no way in hell you could be either living around that person, in the same city as that person, or any of that thing. Ain't no way in the world a person to have this much to say and still be here and still alive, or a person ain't even addressed them at all. Somebody lie on me, man, I'm ready to address the situation. Point blank, period. There's no suckers here. Ain't nobody in this city a sucker. They got a problem, they gonna address you about it. They know, oh, you ain't, no. No. Don't let one person or a situation or whatever the case may be confuse you from the reality of what it is down here. If there's a problem, we gonna address the situation, period. It ain't gonna be I'ma let you ride with it. No, ain't none of that shit going on. I'm not a person to exploit people's backstories and shit like that. Hell no. Not around here. Not on this worldwide thing, but and people know what's up. Oh man, we honor respect. They respect you if you could be honest and stand on your 10 toes down. They can respect you for that. They can respect you for addressing the situation accordingly. They can respect. They gonna do that. It's all about respect. I tell you, it's all about respect. It ain't none of that. Oh, I'ma just say this and hopefully it gets. No, ain't none of that shit. If somebody has something to say, issue or anything, and they gonna ask you, man, female, that's just how we is. You know what I'm saying? If they do anything outside that they not originally from here. And even if it's a situation where there's a misunderstanding between two people or anything like that, man, I ain't finna talk about you behind your back. The situation dead. We say dead that situation, which means in that situation, bury it. It no longer exists. When we dead that situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't talk about you, you don't talk about me. We gonna live our life. I ain't gonna speak on you, you ain't gonna speak on me. We gonna live our life. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be none of that. Anybody who even, and usually if it do get there, it's an outside source. They not from here. It's absolutely pointless to go on about some shit about nothing. We just won't speak. Even if it's a situation where it was never no falling out or it wasn't no third party or extra person in the situation, it ain't gonna be no if I do see you, I don't speak. If I see you around the way and I speak, if you speak, we're gonna speak back to each other. We're gonna see what's good. That's how, you know what I'm saying? This is part of intuition. That's how you know when somebody done been in somebody's ear. Because all of a sudden, that person start acting shifty with you. Because even if there was some type of situation that was kind of sticky, I ain't gonna stop speaking to you. You ain't gonna stop speaking to me. But the minute two people start speaking to each other, it's a man involved. Reason why I don't like kicking it with men who gossip. I'm talking about gossip. I ain't talking about, cause you got this saying where men talk more than women. It's at the age of 33, I realized it's two different ways that can happen. You got niggas who gossip, and you got men who express themselves. Them two different kind of men. Niggas who gossip, they put their 2 cents in. They in everybody conversation. They in everybody business. They in everybody. A man expressing himself is only expressing how he feels due to a situation that he could be possibly involved in. That's two different things. Two different things. I don't like hanging with men that gossip. It's just like a wedge between somebody having tea, which is gossip, versus girl talk. Those two different things. Tea is anything, anyone, without necessarily the facts. It's just tea. Right? Girl talk is coming directly from the horse himself. It's two different things. I'll be mixing stuff up and shit, confusing folks, and then they think it's all the same, and they end up in some shit.